Hello, everybody. I know this is a very tough time in America with the whole police brutality and, the question, what about black on black crime and all these other things that's been going on. And a lot of people are like, well, people are not having all the evidence gathered. I'm like, there is evidence. There's been countless evidence, all data to the point where somebody literally has clear shots of what's going on, and somebody, thank God, uploads it. They go to court, and that officer gets acquitted, and this keeps happening over and over again. Somebody put the statistic for this year of how many police brutality shootings there's happened among African Americans, and the number was extremely high. It was like, I believe it was like high 500s. Like, it's ridiculous. It's getting to the point it's exhausting. We're tired. People are talking about, well, praying, protesting not gonna do anything. Because yesterday in Dallas, Texas, last night, somebody killed, what was it, 10 cops and 4 was wounded. And then people trying to say black people had something to do with it, but no, they found the person. That person was white. And I just feel, even when they found that person, how come they didn't gun down that person, like, everything? The police officers were there to make sure the protest was peaceful and positive and make sure there's nothing going on traffic wise. And all these killings, all these hashtags, and all these different things is the fact that, I have uncles, I have cousins that are, males. And they're like big males, they're not small. So some people think as a threat, like, oh, they're also big and black. They're a threat. So let me just have my gun out just in case. Like, I'm getting to the point where a lot of people may be thinking the same way, maybe how I feel. Like, to my future child, you know, do I want to bring my child into the world? Should I stay in America? Should I leave? I had these questions with like my friends on Facebook and stuff like that, and I had a very interesting conversation with my friend. He's married, and he has a wife, and she's Hispanic, and he was talking about going down to Mexico would be a different thing, and I was like, he's also dark skinned, and I told him, like, all countries have a problem with colorism. I don't think going to Mexico is gonna do any better. Like, I live in San Diego, where it's predominantly Hispanic community, and I've dealt with racism from them, everybody. So people think running is gonna solve anything. Like, I experienced being called negrita, all types of shit. And it's funny how the ones that called me that, they were just as dark as me, maybe 2 shades off. But I just feel like all these things that's going on, the questions always getting stirred around in the pot. Like, what should we do? Who should we call? We can't call the cops when things happen, but also we can't be gunning down cops also either. I think we need to go to our town hall. People that are closer to the East Coast, or people that have money and have partnerships and different things, organizations should go to the White House and be outside and protest till they see the president or hear him speak inside, whatever the case is. There needs to be something done. And I'm scared for my life, my mom's life, my cousins, my family, my friends' lives. Everybody's a target. And I just feel like, since I work with children, I feel like, what if one of my students, that's my last time working with that student, because they were walking home from school, it was getting dark, and the police got a call in of a child that was wearing a particular outfit or had a certain backpack or whatever, a hairstyle, and they think he matched that profile. And then that young child, maybe he can't talk, maybe he's deaf, and they think that he's, gang signing or whatever the case is, and shoot him. The case of the 12-year-old child, I forgot his name, Tamir, where he was in a park playing by himself, he had a toy gun, and the cops pull up quick. They pull up quick on him and shot him. They didn't address him like, son, put your hands up, he slowly go to the ground. They just blasted on him. What type of procedure is that? And I'm tired of people that be on CNN, all the different channels, be like, well, what did that person do to aggravate the cop, so the cop felt threatened in their life? You see the video. And I just feel like there's no justification when they look at people's criminal record and be like, well, that person was a gang member, that person this and that. That doesn't justify anything. Everybody lives matter. Because if I was a cop and I get a call about some suspicious activity, I follow up, I go to the scene, I talk to the individual, see if I can get some more further clues while investigating this person, and then go based on there. I'm not going there trigger happy and start blasting until I get some answers. And a lot of black people who live in states where, you're able to carry a weapon and a permit, some people feel like, well, why should I get that? Well, they're shooting us without a gun, knowing that I do have one. That's gonna even give them a more high excuse to shoot me dead on sight. All I ask is, can we all just come together? All cultures, everybody come together. This obviously history's repeating itself. Obviously history's repeating itself. 10 what was it, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, Rodney King situation, and he never really overcame that situation. He had a lot of issues in himself, and I think he died in his pool. Like, he had issues. There's a lot of mental things that go on with people, and I just feel like we must come together. We're tired of hearing all these shootings back to back, because I'm pretty sure if it would hit home to some people who don't affect, they want rights too. And then that Tommy, whatever the bitch name is, excuse my French, I personally hate when people think they're journalists and this and that, but I feel like you're not. Somebody with a fancy camera had a little money, do some studio time, and pretend that they are a reporter. I just think the people who are passionate about reporting and getting the news out to the community and being in the community, make sure what's going on, like, those are the ones I respect. I don't respect some person who goes on TV, North Dakota at that. I'm pretty sure the population of black people are probably like 5%, maybe 3%, talking about, well, Alton had a criminal record that's this long, and the video only shows him getting tackled. They didn't show everything. They show what more do you need? They showed that he was like selling CDs. He looked confused. You guys tackled him, almost cracked his head open, and didn't ask for his name or anything. You could at least, sir, what's your name? Could we see, identification? We're gonna run it. We're trying to follow up on something. No, they went crazy and got super close. Like, and the one of the cops was like, I got a gun, and brrr, and you didn't see no gun. And then you see, like, you don't know what the cop is doing when he's in his pocket. It's just unfortunate, and it's disgusting. It's heart-wrenching to see all these killings on TV. And if it wasn't for somebody recording, we wouldn't hear the light of day of this. Let's be real, we would not hear the light of day of these stories. Yes, police brutality does happen to other races, of course. There was one by the border in San Diego when you cross back, a Hispanic male. I forgot what happened exactly, but he was beaten horrible. And I don't think that family got justice. And there's many more with the one in the Bay Area where Fruitville Station, well, Michael B. Jordan played. It's crazy. He was out with his friends on New Year's, you hop different trains and stuff like that. And it just went from 0 to 100. And that police officer overreacted and trying to act like it was his fault. And that he was shooting and he had the right to shoot him. I just feel like these procedures are not working. The justice system is failing. It's been failing. The education system has been failing. The healthcare system is failing. Everything's been failing for a very long time. I just feel like, other countries are doing better than us. A lot of people can argue with me. That's not true. If you was to go to a different country, you wouldn't have as many rights as you could do now. That might be so, but all countries have their problems with the government. and how, who has more rights in this and that. All I know, dollar signs make things move quicker. Certain class also makes a difference too. You know, I hope and pray that Donald Trump does not win, because if he wins, it's over. He's talking about closing the borders and this and that. Don't you own lots of hotels, and don't you have a lot of the Hispanic and Latinos that work for you? Just imagine if they all just disappeared, because a lot of people don't do want to do those jobs. Just imagine if the people who want to don't coexist of your establishment, your shit will fall. And a lot of people call him shit where he has filed bankruptcy many different times, and he was quick to be in Obama's business. I'm just tired of people pointing the finger at this and that. I feel like more people need to get educated. I just felt like, in high school, when I learned about history, I just learned the basics. Well, it started with this guy named Christopher Columbus. He sailed far out, and he came upon this civilization of these darker tan people that were here first, and track like he discovered this and that, but they discovered Native Americans were here first. You guys poisoned these people. You guys exploited them, raped their women, all types of things. And now they don't really exist unless you go to them, like casinos, or go to their colleges or this and that. And I just feel like it's sad that they got executed, black people got executed, Jewish people did. And a lot of people don't shine on that. In history books, they just show that the white people, yeah, and this and that, and that's not the truth. It's funny how when I took black studies in college, and also when I was younger, my mom always educated us. Like, we watched narratives of slaves at that time, and you just learn so much. You have to dig deeper. You have to want better. You want to be hungry for what you want. I know this video is kind of long and I'm ranting this and that, but if more people don't put up videos and more people don't go out in the community, who will? Who will? I had a conversation with a friend, and he was pretty much saying the same thing. Protesting's not going to do anything. Praying's not going to do anything. We need to hit the politician, this and that. We've been doing it for years. The time where we got sprayed on, lynched, all types of stuff. Lynching's still going on, slavery's still going on. A lot of things still going on. It's just, how they say, turn the other cheek. I'll leave on this note. What would you do in your community to get this social issue justice, to be more aware and bigger? Because I think where I live at, I think the only black person I see is the neighbor that's parked as the second parking lot to the right of my car. That's the only person I see, and it's predominantly Hispanic. I have nothing against it, but I don't think they're really checking for what's going on. Some do. I'm not saying all, but I'm pretty sure they're not really aware of what's going on. Maybe some are not, but I'm pretty sure if I was asked, do you know what's going on right now? And I wouldn't be, I would hoping they'd be like, yeah, what's the shootings, and that will make me look, okay, people are aware. I don't want people to wait when it's when their own people get taken down. Then people want to step up. Like, no, let's step up now, everybody. Because in Arizona and here, there's racial profiling Hispanics who look a certain way, and racial profile, they don't have the papers. Let's stand up now. Let's stand up now to make our ancestors proud. Let's make sure that they didn't die for nothing. We need to step up now. Doing nothing, I know life goes on whether you're dead or alive. I understand that. What I don't understand is people don't want to be involved, or people are afraid to say. People should speak up. It's better to have open dialogue and ask questions. Ignorance grow when you don't educate yourself. Education, and being aware.